the white line?
Of his phone. There we go.
Okay, I think we're ready.
This is the hardest thing that I had ever done. I mean, it's a massive undertaking. And I knew if we didn't start thinking more creatively, we were going to lose this client.
All right, Melissa, give us a countdown.
5, 4, 3.
So here's the problem. How do you take this Fortune 200 company, this massive company with a commodity product, and use video to generate new customers? I mean, nobody gets excited about their energy bills or their power and their heating bills. But the company had a top level directive and they told all of their managers, you've got to add video into your marketing. And it was around that time that I met Mike from Constellation. Mike and I met at a conference in Florida. And it was the first time I had ever spoken or taught at this conference. It was also the first conference he had ever attended on the topic of video. After the presentation, Mike says to me, look, Owen, how do we take our product and use video to supplement our ground teams and to supplement some of our other marketing to make sure that we are converting online? He looks at me and he says, nobody wakes up excited about changing their energy plan provider. Right away, I knew that we had a big challenge and a big opportunity in our hands. We had a good conversation and I told him that I would think of some ideas, and if I came up with anything that we would be in contact. And as I got home, I pulled into my driveway and all of my porch lights went off to greet me home. And as I walked in, my wife was cooking this delicious meal in her cooking pot thing that she's got, and that's plugged into the wall using electricity. And I thought, wow, that electricity, that power brings this beautiful smell and this warmth to my home as we go to enjoy dinner. And as I'm reading a story to my kids at night, I noticed their electronic cars and their iPad gaming systems are all plugged into the wall, and these are things that bring them and our family a lot of joy. And so after dinner, we plugged in our smart TV and we began to play these neat family video games together. And I thought, wow, again, this TV and this smart TV system bringing our family together and helping us to fulfill our passions with electricity. And that's when it hit me. This was probably the biggest idea I had ever had in my career. And these are some of these moments where as a professional, you look for these moments, to achieve greatness. And I knew at that moment that what I was sitting on was a brilliant idea. So immediately I go to my iPad and I start scribbling out ideas and just pouring my thoughts and energy onto paper. What I thought was going to be such a challenge and such a burden to my career now could very well be the thing that catapults me and this company into the next level. 2 days later, I took this proposal to Mike, and I simply said to him, Mike, the energy product that your company provides to millions of Americans is not a boring, everyday, mundane product. In fact, your product powers the passions of people across America. It's that electricity that we plug our hair dryers into, our lights and our cooking and our TVs and our computers that we use to make videos, to write books and to write songs. And I took that idea and I said, Mike, we're gonna start a Facebook Live show called Power Your Passion. We're not gonna talk about your electricity product. We're gonna talk about what your electricity product does for the people who use it. My vision for the show was to create a live stream series that was dual cast on Facebook and YouTube and presented to the audience like a morning talk show. We wanted to be a part of your everyday lives. And we would invite certain guests on the show that had these magnificent talents that we could sort of share with the world. I immediately hired a set designer to help us pick out the colors and the feel of the set that it would attract our core demographic. We hired a costume designer to build out a wardrobe that we could wear and mix and match to make sure we looked phenomenal on screen. And most importantly, I got to write, produce, and co-host this show with my beautiful wife, Teresa, who is phenomenal on camera. She's an amazing writer, and she left her job as a teacher making $80,000 a year to build this show and to build this business with me. I brought on Melissa to act as full-time producer for the show. We converted our humble little studio where we were shooting green screen videos into a very elaborate morning talk show set. And at the time, it was the best thing anyone had ever produced for Facebook Live. We were feeling very confident and we were feeling very proud of the work that we had done. And that's when we got the phone call that almost destroyed everything. I remember getting that phone call and everything inside of me just dropped. And my wife could see it. She could see my face drop. Here, we had put all of this time and effort and energy into a phenomenal show. And the brand contacted us and they said, pause production. We had to stop everything. So we got on a conference call with the brand. I remember being on that conference call and just pacing around the office, you know, pretending like I had it all together, but so concerned that I was looking at this with wrong eyes, that somehow this whole project was gonna be done and cut off. And what they had told us was that they had reviewed some of our preview files and they absolutely loved everything that we had sent over, that it looked just like a TV show made for the internet. But the concern was this: they said, we are an energy company and we know that with live video, there's lots of potential problems that could arise. Signals could go down, computers could crash. And they were concerned that a technical error might make the audience think that Constellation wasn't a reliable energy provider. So they allowed us to move forward with the show, but they told us this: there cannot be one single error. So now we're in this place where we are bearing the full responsibility of this vision and this amazing product that we had built. We're 7 days to airing our first live show and we had zero room to mess up without destroying everything that we had built. Early mornings, long nights, and we prepped everything. We had everything good to go as we lined up for the debut of the very first live stream show of Power Your Passion. Before we knew it, shooting day had arrived, and I sat there with my wife, the love of my life, with Melissa, the best producer anyone could work with, and the entire marketing and legal team watching us on YouTube, ready to air a revolutionary new live stream show with zero margin for error. So we sat there, Melissa had everything prepared. She rose her hand to press the button that would take us live on the internet.
4, 3.
And we crushed it. I'm excited about our guest today. We have a very special guest. The show was a phenomenal success. Everything went exactly the way that we had practiced and perfected over and over and over again. The lower thirds came on properly. The timing of the music was excellent. As we were live streaming, one of the guests even commented, "I love this brand. They provide my house with energy." And we were able to read that on the air. We took a screenshot of it so that we could show them in the future. The guests were on point, the jokes were funny, and everything went exactly according to the vision that we set out to create when we first came up with the idea. Since then, we've produced a full season of these episodes for the company, and we're working on a brand new series for their YouTube channel. We've even taken this live stream model and applied it to software companies, to service-based businesses, local plumbers, and we're teaching it to business owners all across the country in our online learning center called thevideomarketingschool.com. And most importantly, we took a big company with kind of a boring product and we introduced them into a brand new technology, not as participants in that space, but as leaders in that space. And we can do the same thing for you. We can create and produce a live stream show where we act as the host, or we hire a host to be the face of your company. We can build out a YouTube series for your channel, high quality videos that get found when a customer searches for your target keywords. And it doesn't matter if you have a boring product or an exciting product. Whatever it is that you provide, we'll put our creative energy into developing a new media program that will cause your customers to go, wow, I've got to have that. Look, anything else?
I think that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. We'll see you guys on the next show.